Good morning, this is the Paradise Unicorn Priestess bringing you day 217 of A Course in Miracles, the Yin translation where we use female words. This would be August 5th if you're starting at the new year. The sacrifice of oneness. In the dynamics of attack is sacrifice a key idea. It is the pivot upon which all compromise, all desperate attempts to strike a bargain, and all conflicts achieve a seeming balance. It is the symbol of the central theme that somebody must lose. Its focus on the body is apparent, for it is always an attempt to limit loss. The body is itself a sacrifice, a giving up of power in the name of saving just a little for yourself. To see a sister in another body separate from yours is the expression of a wish to see a little part of her and sacrifice the rest. Look at the world and you will see nothing attached to anything beyond itself. All seeming entities can come a little nearer or go a little further off, but cannot join. The world you see is based on sacrifice of oneness. It is a picture of complete disunity and total lack of joining. Around each entity is built a wall so seeming solid that it looks as if what is inside can never reach without, and what is out can never reach and join with what is locked away within the wall. Each part must sacrifice the other part to keep itself complete, for if they joined, each one would lose its own identity, and by their separation are their selves maintained. The little that the body fences off becomes the self, preserved through sacrifice of all the rest, and all the rest must lose this little part, remaining incomplete, to keep its own identity intact. In this perception of yourself, the body's loss would be a sacrifice indeed, for sight of bodies becomes the sign that sacrifice is limited and something still remains for you alone. And for this little to belong to you are limits placed on everything outside, just as they are on everything you think is yours. For giving and receiving are the same, and to accept the limits of a body is to impose these limits on each sister whom you see, for you must see her as you see yourself. The body is a loss, and can be made to sacrifice, and while you see your sister as a body, apart from you, and separate in her cell, you are demanding sacrifice of her and you. What greater sacrifice could be demanded than that God's child perceive herself without her mother, and her mother be without her child? Yet every sacrifice demands that they be separate and without the other. The memory of God must be denied if any sacrifice is asked of anyone. What witness to the wholeness of God's child is seen within a world of separate bodies, however much she witnesses to truth? She is invisible in such a world, nor can her song of union and of love be heard at all. Yet it is given her to make the world recede before her song, and sight of her replace the body's eyes. Those who would see the witness to truth instead of to illusion merely ask that they might see a purpose in the world that gives it sense and makes it meaningful. Without your special function, has this world no meaning for you? Yet it can become a treasure house as rich and limitless as heaven itself. No instant passes here in which your sister's holiness cannot be seen, to add a limitless supply to every meager scrap and tiny crumb of happiness that you allot yourself. You can lose sight of oneness, but cannot make sacrifice of its reality. Nor can you lose what you would sacrifice, nor keep the Holy Spirit from her task of showing you that it has not been lost. Hear then the song your sister sings to you. and let the world recede and take the rest her witness offers on behalf of peace. But judge her not, for you will hear no song of liberation for yourself, nor see what is given her to witness to, that you may see it and rejoice with her. Make not her holiness a sacrifice to your belief in sin. You sacrifice your innocence with hers, and die each time you see in her a sin deserving death. Yet every instant can you be reborn and given life again. Her holiness gives life to you who cannot die, because her sinlessness is known to God, and can no more be sacrificed by you than can the light in you be blotted out because she sees it not. You who would make a sacrifice of life and make your eyes and ears bear witness to the death of God and of her holy child, think not that you have power to make of them what God willed not they be. In heaven, God's child is not imprisoned in a body, nor is sacrificed in solitude to sin. And as she is in heaven, so must she be eternally and everywhere. She is the same forever, born again each instant, untouched by time, and far beyond the reach of any sacrifice of life or death. For neither did she make, and only one was given her by one who knows her gifts can never suffer sacrifice and loss. God's justice rests in gentleness upon her child, and keeps her safe from all injustice the world would lay upon her. Could it be that you could make her sins reality and sacrifice her mother's will for her? Condemn her not by seeing her within the rotting prison where she sees herself. It is your special function to ensure the door be opened, that she may come forth to shine on you and give you back the gift of freedom by receiving it of you. What is the Holy Spirit's special function but to release the Holy Child of God from the imprisonment she made to keep herself from justice? Could your function be a task apart and separate from her own? Today's text reminds us that we made the body to be a prison for ourselves, a prison for us, and a prison for our sister. It is a prison because it denies us the comfort and joy of our oneness. It allows conflict to exist. Nay, not just that, but encourages the conflict to grow and increase and intensify until hell is what is being experienced in the dream illusion. Now we are given the balm of love every time our hearts reach out in yearning to heaven asking for love. That is the only reason why we do not descend into a constant state of abject suffering, although some of us do spend time in the dark night of the soul and in very intense suffering. In these bodies, we are so greatly limited, and we are so accustomed to limitation that we deny that our power, that is our birthright, is possible. Omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence is our birthright, which we have willingly hidden from ourselves, willingly caused ourselves to forget in order to maintain a separate identity. And A Course in Miracles keeps asking us, really? Really? Why would you do that? How is this a bargain for you? How is this something that you insist on keeping when you're giving up all of that? And what keeps it from us? Our birthright? Us pushing away our sister because we want to see her as a sinner. And sin, if it were real, would be eternal and unchangeable. That's why people don't forgive each other. That's why they hold grievances and they hold on to them and hold on to them and hold on to them. And believe, well, that person betrayed me once, so clearly they're going to betray me again, and brace against loving the other. And thus we erect walls against each other. And with every brick we place in the wall, we punish ourselves with loneliness, feeling cut off, feeling purposeless. And we numb ourselves to try and hide from the prison that we made, even as we build the walls higher and higher. It's tragic, and A Course in Miracles seeks to liberate us and wake us to the oneness that is the truth. Lesson 217, review of Lesson 197. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. 197. It can be but my gratitude I earn. Who should give thanks for my salvation but myself? And how but through salvation can I find the self to whom my thanks are due? I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. That is our brief review. Happy practicing.